Welcome back to another episode of Brandon's Basic BJJ. Today we're going to be going over the guillotine from the bottom closed guard. Now, all a guillotine is, choking arm around the neck in this headlock position. And from closed guard, we're going to be down here. But there's a million different things that are going on here that aren't just squeezing our opponent's neck, so I'm going to show you all of them right now. We're actually going to start with the feet. Now, often you'll see from the bottom closed guard, they'll wrap their legs around like this. The reason I don't recommend this, and we'll get into it more later, is I actually want to try and get under my opponent's body. Now I have my legs wrapped in the closed guard, it's hard for me to turn and cut an angle. So what I actually recommend is one foot underneath, either in the butterfly position or across the belly, and the other one over top the back. Because now I can cut the angle a little more effectively. And the thing here, the reason I'm blocking the opposite side of the neck is because if he goes to the same side and he actually escapes my grip, this makes it tighter for me. Versus if he was able to get to the other side of my body, he's essentially escaped. So keep that in mind. Next, let's look at the choke itself. So this is where things are going to get a little more intricate. So most people think when you grab on a choke, you just pull and squeeze up. I'm not trying to pop his head like a zit. Remember, this is a blood choke. So I actually want to squeeze the sides of his neck, not the front where his trachea is. So the way we change that, look at the position of my elbow. I want to get my elbow as close to the front of his Adam's apple as possible. Because you see how that angle has changed? When my arm is in this position, I'm squeezing here, which you'll see, like we just talked about, is squeezing right on the carotid arteries. So we're going to change our grip. Same thing doing this, but I want to shoot the elbow deep. Now when I grab here or down, there's lots of different grip variations, I'm actually going to be squeezing in. If you look at your forearm, this and this is soft, this is bony and hard. It's like a bullet. Smaller surface area, more force. So when I put the bony part of my wrist into his neck, it's going to actually increase the damage my choke's able to cause. So remember how I talked about trying to get under your opponent? We're going to look at that next. So again, now that I've locked up my guillotine choke, I've got my elbow in the right position, my feet are across the back, one underneath like before. What I mean by trying to cut that angle, I actually want to try and turn my body to get underneath my opponent. I've talked about this before, how taking the slack out of any submission makes it a lot tighter. By cutting this angle and turning, I'm taking all the slack. There's no space for his neck to go. He has no choice but to accept that I've got the choke locked on. So let's put it all together now and finish our opponent. Remember, choking arm, I want the elbow in front of the neck. My hand is up here. Bony part of my wrist against my opponent's carotid artery. I grab that grip. When I come down, 1 foot in front of the belly, one across the back. And from here for my finish, I squeeze the sides of his neck while I'm trying to cut that angle. You combine all that together, you're going to get a nasty choke. Follow along for more.